Are the Giants better? Because that's the biggest question I feel like at the end of an offseason you got to ask. And again, there's still moves to be made, but the offseason, the majority of it, the bulk of the work is done now. And you go, are we better? Rob, take it away. What do you think?
I have to think so. Like you came from when this regime came in, you had one of the worst offensive lines out there. You had terrible quarterback play. You barely had receivers. That's just one side of the football.
Yeah.
You talk about
even just last year. Are we better?
Oh, we're definitely better than last year. I mean, especially if we stay healthy, right? So that's our biggest part is the health. But yeah, Malik Nabers is now coming to. He's going to have a better, consistent thrower to him.
He'll be a more efficient player.
Yes. Efficient and consistent.
Yes.
So you're not talking about like,
a lot of ints.
Yes.
All the ints.
So your offense is going to be better. Your probably offensive line is actually going to probably play better off the two guys are pretty much going to be starting, which is, I mean, one's going to be Russell Wilson to start, who helps most offensive lines like in his career.
He's hands. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and kiss Russell Wilson's butt, but he is so far, hands down, better than any quarterback we've had the last couple of years. It's not even funny.
100%. Listen, Jameis Winston was an improvement of last year. Now I've called it out nonstop in the last season.
We called for him last year to be signed.
Yeah, I 100% did. We did. So he gets signed. We get Jack Start. He gets to sit, which could be our future quarterback.
Yep.
Our offense has taken such a step forward, which is that move in general. Defense, look at that edge room. Like, of course, it's going to be improved. And you talk about, your defensive line. Like, we don't have as much depth.
Yep.
Well, we don't have depth, but we have depth.
We have some depth in the defensive line.
We have a depth in defense in the past 5 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. At the defensive line specifically, I'm saying like we have some depth there.
I'm saying
there's some depth concerns in the secondary, that's for sure. But I love what they did because it's like they went. It was two things they wanted to do. I feel like they wanted to strengthen the defensive line and they wanted to fix some of the issues in the secondary. They went into free agency. They got the top safety in all of free agency in Jevon Holland. They went out and get in the corner position a guy that a lot of people had as their top corner. Again, we didn't have him as that. I'm not going to put revisionist history and try to say that, but there's some people who did in Paulson Adebo. And now it's a much better secondary than it was last year. Then you throw in the draft. You get the best pass rusher in the draft. You went and get a steal in the third round for another defensive lineman. And you really shore up that the trenches there on defense. This defense, guys, has the potential to be something special. It really does. And that, again, I think the secondary and the corner position specifically is going to really determine how far this defense will go. But like you said, we got a quarterback now. That's a huge thing. You're better on offense flat out that one move alone.
Yeah, our secondary is going to look better just in the moves we made a defensive line, an edge, and a linebacker position.
Yeah.
So our secondary is going to look that much better. I mean, I don't think secondary is the greatest strength of improvement, but like, there's definitely a lot of improvement.
I'm going to say otherwise. I think it is our greatest strength of improvement. If you look at the defensive line, we improved by Darius Alexander. We got a couple other guys for depth pieces at that point. Edge, you added Abdul Carter. We got rid of Azeez Ojulari. But look at that secondary. Is there a guy you really felt comfortable as a corner last year besides Drew Phillips? Again, I'm not taking Drew Phillips to an outside corner right now. Wasn't a single guy I felt comfortable with now. If Adebo is healthy, and I got to imagine that he is, they wouldn't have signed him to the money they signed him to. I have faith in him as an outside corner. Jevon Holland is such a massive improvement over Jason Pinnock. It's not even funny.
I'm really hoping you're right because, I mean, coming last year, who was our strongest player on secondary?
Our star player, you said?
Strongest.
Our strongest player in the secondary was Drew Phillips, probably.
Yeah. So we were as strongest at secondary as, we were last year with the strongest player. How much did we improve from him?
From him? I mean, Adebo should be a better player. How good he's going to be, it depends on how good he's coming back from his injury. That's the big question.
Yeah.
And again, I can't answer that question. The Giants have the knowledge. I don't have it. But
exactly.
I feel like that's where we're at there is got a quarterback. Quarterback room is so much better. It's not even funny.
100%.
You got an offensive line that at least is going to go into the season healthy. Hopefully they can actually stay that way for once. You got a second year of Malik Nabers, a second year of Tyrone Tracy, a second year of Theo Johnson, where guys are getting better at that point just by natural progression and coaching up. Then you throw in rebuilding the secondary and free agency, building up the defensive trenches in the draft at that point. Guys, this is going to be a better team. I actually have faith in this team right now. I really do. As Christopher says, that CB from South Carolina's potential to take Tabank's job to me. That's a Donald Fortune. Listen, I'm never going to tell you that undrafted rookie free agents that come in and take the former first round pick's job. I won't go that far. But like I said, he's got actually got a chance. I think as a nickel and dime guy this year. We'll see what happens. I really do. But like I said, much better roster than last year, guys. Much better roster.
Yeah.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please,